Let's be honest. You don't have discipline. You say you're gonna wake up at 7 in the morning on your day off, but somehow it's 9:45 and you're still in the bed scrolling on TikTok. You open up your laptop to be productive while you have 19 tabs open. One of a video playing in the back on YouTube, another one of music playing, and somehow you still find the time to text your ex. And let's not even get started with that summer body. You told yourself, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm only gonna buy good groceries while you still have them snacks in your pantry. But you told yourself, I'm not gonna waste money and throw them away. When we both know you just wait until one night you get hungry so you can eat them. Listen, we listen and we don't judge. But I'm gonna need you to understand that is not focus, that is chaos. But here's the thing, your brain isn't broken or messed up, it's just overstimulated. You've been training it for years to crave distractions without even realizing it. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 steps that help me stop being mentally all over the place and finally have some mental clarity in my life. So I'm going to break down literally 5 things that have helped rewire my brain, of course backed by psychology, to help me become more productive and honestly become more disciplined and actually do the things I said I was going to do when I said I was going to do them, how you know you need to do too. Okay. The first one is the 3x3 clarity. I think this one is important because we often have that loop in our brains of when we're stressing about something and we keep thinking about the situation again and again and again, just in different forms. Well, what's going to happen if this happens? Well, what's going to happen if that happens? Well, I don't know what to do. And then once you notice that it's happening, you also start to notice that it's a loop that never ends and you actually never seem to close it, but it becomes something that's a stressor in your life that you keep thinking about. And so that could be a multitude of things. That can be finances, that can be spiritually, that can just be anything that you're thinking about, but you feel like you never get an answer to, or you never move forward in, i.e., be more productive in. So the way it works is, what is 3 things that I know? What are 3 things that I don't know? And what are 3 things that I'm going to do next? The first one, what are 3 things that I know? So this can be very broad if you're just like, I don't know anything that I want to do in my life. Obviously, the whole point of it is for clarity. So if you do have a specific category of something, such as finances, such as relationships, such as, you know what I'm saying, a specific title, that would be easier, but to each his own. So the first thing you need to figure out is, what are 3 things that I know? This is important because first and foremost, this is going to have you actually bring things from your subconscious to your conscious. Especially, let's say, for example, let's talk about money, right? What are 3 things that I know? A lot of people will be like, well, I don't know anything when it comes how to go to money, and I don't know how to deal with money and all these other things. I know how to make 19.75 an hour. That is what you know. Like, write down factual things, not hypothetical things, not things in theory. Literally, write down things that you know. I know how to be a sales associate at H&M for 8 years. Like, whatever, you get what I'm saying? You know, write down 3 things that you know in this category. And like I said, for this example, we're going to do finances. Next, you need to write down 3 things that you don't know. The most successful individuals in the world have an account of the things that they know, but they also have an account of the things that they don't know. This is so important for you to learn because, first and foremost, if you don't know that you don't know something, you're never going to be able to find that information out. Hopefully that made sense. So if I don't know essentially how to budget, but I don't know that I don't know how to budget, I'm never going to figure out how to learn how to do it myself or how to get someone to do it for me. Because that is what a lot of high value people, high functioning people, rich individuals, they do. Either they say, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do this thing myself, or I'm going to pay someone to do it for me. For a lot of us, regular folks, we have to figure out how to do things ourselves. But the first step is understanding, I don't know. What do you not know how to do when it comes to finances? Be honest with yourself. I don't know how to save money. I don't know how to budget. I don't know how to make more money. Whatever the case may be, figure out 3 things for that. The next one is, what are 3 things that you are going to do next? And this can be a plethora of things. For me, one of the biggest things I do when I first figure out the first 6, 3 things I know, 3 things I don't know, I go into Chat GPT. I'm a Chat GPT stan. I am moving in a few months. I put into Chat GPT how much money I'm going to be making, how much my finances are going to cost as far as the moving process, living there, expenses, all that other stuff. Chat GPT literally told me how much money I would need to make to have a sufficient amount of money left over that I wanted. How did I figure out that answer? Because I figured out, what did I know? I know how much money I'm going to be making. I know how much rent costs. I know these things. What do I not know? I do not know how much money I need to make so that I have 20% left over. I don't know, what are some extra expenses that I should take into account? There are things that I literally did not know. And then I even asked ChatGPT, what are some questions or what are some things that I didn't ask you that I possibly should know? So that can be one thing too. And then depending on what it is, some people may say, okay, I want to make more money. I don't know what to do. Going back to school, looking into schools, whatever the case may be. But those are the three things that I do, especially when I'm stressing over a big decision or a big thing to do, to provide some clarity for me and to get out of that assumption loop. So many people don't realize you are stuck in the loop of assumptions. I think this will happen, and I think it will happen like this, and I hope it will happen. And what do? Day in and day out, you stress over the same thing. You stress over the same problem without realizing you never actually took one real step into figuring it out. Every time you try to solve a problem, it's in theory. I think this will happen. I hope this will happen. You don't have anything concrete. And it's because you haven't done these three steps. Figure out three things that you know, concrete, hard have evidence. Figure out three things that you don't know. Even if you don't even know how to find the answer to these things, it does not matter. Don't think of it as, okay, well, once I say I don't know this thing, I have to find out the answer to it. No, literally just figure out what don't you know. Then what are you going to do next as far as a starting point? So many times we think of the end result. When you don't know how to make more money, you think, oh, I have to figure out exactly how to make more money. No, maybe you can say, I don't know how to save, or literally, I just don't know how to make more money. I don't know how to budget. I don't know anything about finances. I am not financially literate. Like, those are things that, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be such a big thing all the time as far as like, what are the next action steps? I have to start a business. I have to. No, it can literally be little things that you are going to do next. I'm going to go to Barnes and Nobles and buy a book that is going to be on financial literacy. I'm going to attend some workshop. I'm going to follow people on YouTube. They call it YouTube University for a reason. There's so many people that teach financial literacy. There's so many people that can teach you how to do so many things that you want to do. You can learn about real estate. You can learn about so many different things. But if you don't know what you know and you don't know what you don't know, you're not going to know the next steps that's going to help you get out of this loop. So the first thing I wanted to give you guys was the 3x3 theory. And this essentially, like I said, psychology behind it is it closes that assumption loop that you always have, so you're not stressing over things. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you don't have all those tabs open in your brain of to do this, to do this, to do that. Your brain is like, okay, we're closing this tab, we're closing this tab, we're closing this tab. So we can just think a little bit more. The second one is cognitive switching awareness. This one is important because a lot of individuals don't understand, when you switch from doing a task, you lose 40% of your cognitive awareness of the task or your cognitive efficiency. So basically, when you are trying to do something, you can be trying to read a book, you could be trying to do a business plan, you even can be in the gym. Every time you switch a thought, right? And sometimes that's with action. You literally get up and do something else, or you pick up your phone, or you think of something else. You lose about 40% of cognitive efficiency, which basically means you lose about 40% of progress every time you switch from doing something. So, hypothetically thinking, if you were to read a book for 1 hour long and you would not switch at all, you would, these are hypothetical numbers, right? You would retain possibly 90% of the book or 90% of what you read. Let's say that. But if you constantly switch, every single time you switch from doing a different task that is not reading that book, which is you using the bathroom, which is you answering your phone, which is you saying, oh my gosh, I need to go put the clothes in the dryer, you lose about 40% of all the information that you just retained. So that 20 pages you read, 40% of your brain is not going to remember that. 20 pages you read after and you pick up your phone, you're not going to remember 40%. So essentially, after doing all that switching, instead of someone that was doing that thing for 1 hour straight reading a book, they retain 90%, you will retain about 25%, even though on paper you read the same amount of pages as them and you even read as long as them. And so I want a lot of people to understand, when it comes to sometimes even being disciplined to do things, or especially when it comes to achieving something when it, in a specific area. It seems so hard to achieve things because it's hard for your brain literally to retain the information that is being said to you, retain the information that you're grasping. And it can often make you feel like, because I know this happened to me before, my brain is broken. I will always feel like other people can retain things faster and other people can understand things better. And it kind of made me feel a little bit at like a fault, like it must be something wrong with me. But then after doing this practice of every single time I have some kind of cognitive switch, tallying it down, literally writing down a tally, I noticed, oh no, this is why I can't focus. No, this is why I can't retain any information. This is why I can read something or watch a video or do something, especially when it's quote unquote productive. And I feel like I don't remember it or I feel like I didn't really retain it. It's because my brain literally does not remember it because I'm always switching cognitively. My brain is always switching. So I recommend doing something for an hour and literally just tallying down how many times you cognitively switch. The whole point of this, especially the first couple times, is not to get into a state of, oh my gosh, I keep doing it. Oh my gosh, and forcing yourself not to do it. It's the first step is awareness because once you are aware of it, now it's to the point where, don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect. I'm damn sure not perfect. But now that I'm aware of it, sometimes when my brain even tries to do something else, I'm like, oh no, you trying to cognitively switch. My brain's like, oh, I have to use the bathroom. I'm like, girl, you don't gotta use the bathroom. This is your brain trying to cognitively switch. Well, I gotta put the clothes in the dryer. You got all night. Them clothes is not gonna get mildew in 25 minutes. You could do it later. But when you're not aware of first and foremost what cognitively switching can do to your productivity, you're more likely to do it. But then also when you're not even aware if that's what your brain is trying to do, your brain is trying to get you to switch to something else because it's so used to it and it's bored from just sitting down and doing one thing, you're more likely to do it. So that's definitely something that has helped with my productivity and just my clarity when it comes to doing things because I remember a lot more stuff and I'm just a lot more efficient when it comes to doing things. So that's definitely one I would say, cognitively being aware of your switching. The next one is the clean start effect habit. This is when essentially you use the new year, the new month, the new week to essentially restart and get rid of past mistakes and just say, I'm restarting a new journey. So this can be, especially during the beginning of the year, people say new year, new me. The problem that a lot of other individuals have is there's this mindset, I don't need the beginning of the year and I don't have to wait to the beginning of the year and all these other things. To a certain extent, I understand what people are saying, but there actually has been psychological evidence done basically saying that temporal landmarks, moments in time, can actually be motivating to individuals. So, contrary to a lot of people think, your mind and your body actually is more motivated in the beginning of the year to change than it is in the middle of the year. And it's just a psychological thing. It doesn't necessarily have to do with anything else besides your brain. It just feels like this is a new start, so I can start. This is something I recommend people to do on a consecutive basis. What happens to so many people is we remember and we hold on to our past mistakes. The reason why New Year, New Me is so rock hard and solid into our culture is because people forget about their past mistakes. People are starting gym journeys. People are starting to juice. They're starting to, do businesses and stuff like that in the beginning of the year. So much so because there's this thing of erasing the past. I know last year I said I wasn't gonna, quit the gym and I did, but now I'm gonna stay consistent. I know last year I said I was gonna start that business and I didn't, but now I'm gonna start the business because it is the new year. I recommend to do this on a consistent basis, even doing it once a month and telling yourself every third Monday of the month or every third Sunday of the month, I'm going to do essentially a clean start reset. No matter what has happened in the past month, I don't care if I was supposed to go to the gym every single day and I only went to the gym one day. I don't care if I said I was going to post content every single day and I only posted content one day. When the beginning of the month starts or when the 13th of every whatever, of every month starts, I'm having this sense of a clean start effect. When I say this has helped my life for clarity so much because I do not think about my past mistakes. And especially if you are being consistent, it's great because it's like, dang, I'm already on track. But this is very much so for people who are trying to start a new journey and you feel like you just keep falling off the bandwagon. wagon. Why did I say it like that? Use a temporal landmark. Don't let people try to convince you, oh girl, you starting again. Oh, you doing that thing again. Yeah, because I'm literally erasing the past. I do not remember me not eating healthy. Cookies? Who eat cookies? Girl, I don't I don't eat no cookies. You were just eating cookies yesterday. Yeah, because it wasn't the third Monday of the month. Okay? Think about it like that and keep doing it again and again and again and again to the point where you don't have to restart anymore. But this has helped me be consistent in a lot of areas in my life. Because like I said, I erased the past. But like I also said, it's been psychologically proven that temporal landmarks motivate you more. So there is a certain level of motivation once you pick that specific day of the month or day of the week that your body is like, yeah, we're locked, we're loaded. It's the same way you think about Mondays. When it's time to go to work again, Sunday night, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go to work the next day because your mind, your body knows what the next day is going to be. It's going to be you going to work and it's going to be a work week and it's going to be exhausted. So, but you can do the same exact thing when it comes to doing motivating things. Your body to be like, yeah, we starting that gym journey tomorrow. But you have to make sure you mentally get rid of the past. The same thing you do when you do it with the new year. And that's why I said having a specific day out of the month every single month. This is going to be the restart of my whatever journey or the restart of my new me, new identity, whatever, whatever, and moving forward on being this person and make sure that you don't really fall off too long because the most you will fall off is a few weeks and then eventually your body's like, okay, well, we're back. Okay, well, we're back. Okay, well, we're back. And then it gets to the point where you don't got to be back and that's just you. So I definitely recommend to start doing that clean start effect theory. The next one is low input mornings. For the first 60 minutes, the first hour of every single morning, do not scroll on social media. Do not answer text messages. Put your phone on D&D. This has helped with my mental clarity so much. First and foremost, because I've noticed two things that can happen. Actually, this morning is the reason why I started putting my phone on D&D. I usually do not do that. I just don't for the first, honestly, for me, it's like the first hour and 30, almost 2 hour minutes. I don't go on social media. I don't text. Nobody really hits me up because I wake up at like 5:30, 6:30 anyway. So nobody's up. I don't usually have to worry about people texting me. Long story short, I'm not going to get into my traumas. There's this viral video of me on TikTok. If you guys have seen it, please report it. And it's such an embarrassing video, and I hate that I even posted that video. People have clipped the video up, and long story short, I was trying to warn people about a deodorant that gave me like a cyst under my armpit, and it just made me really like profusely sweat. I started the video being a little like not funny, but I was like, y'all, I was musty all night. But if y'all get my personality from the videos, I'm like that. I'm goofy. And people really took it and ran with that clip. And so there's a clip going around on me social media basically saying that I'm musty. And then people are like laughing at it. So you don't even see the rest of the video, me saying I wasn't really musty. I was just sweating all night. And this natural deodorant gave me a cyst under my armpit and all this other stuff. That video went viral probably like 2, 3 years ago. Now it's going viral again. I wake up this morning, my sister texted me, my friends texted me, everybody texted me. Why y'all texting me at 7:30 in the morning? Then they're sending me the video. Oh, da da da, this is going viral. I was already scared of the video being brought up again, but now like seeing it go viral again, it's just annoying and it really messed up my morning. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And now I put my phone on D&D. So that's one reason why. I know that was a little personal, but because people can mess up your morning. Sometimes you don't have clarity in your day because people have messed it up and you couldn't even construct your own day. Like that really messed up my day for a few hours. I'm glad that I went to the gym because the gym allowed me kind of just to like not really think about it too much. And I try not to hold things, but it was just that video was just so embarrassing. And I really was hoping that the video was, I know it wasn't gonna be off the internet, but I was just hoping nobody would ever bring it up again, or at least not until I was like 35 with kids and I didn't care. But whatever. So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it, I've seen one creator talk about if you do wake up in the morning and you decide to scroll on social media, don't do like social media, do like a Pinterest or something like that. Something where it's motivational content and it's stuff that you aspire to be and the woman that you want to be. So when you wake up, you have that mentality of, okay, this is what I want to be and this is what I want to do. I also don't recommend that as well because I've tried that before. And one thing I notice is it's put me in a position of wanting and it's put me in a position of feeling less than. Because even if I see this amazing workout video, I see this healthy food, I see all these amazing things that I want to do, what do I wake up in the morning feeling like? I want to do this thing, i.e., I'm not doing it, i.e., I'm not enough. And I not to make it too deep, like, oh, I'm not enough. I can do this thing one day, but I can't do it in the 60 minutes, the 120 minutes that I have before I go to work. You get what I'm saying? So there's this thing of you be like, oh my gosh, I really want these shoes. Oh my gosh, I really want to do this workout. Oh my gosh, I really want, really want, really want. And just imagine how you already feel throughout the day, because we're all on social media. So social media already, you see the best of the best of the this and the that, and just waking up in the morning and feeling like I want to be somebody else, I want to do something else. Personally, I feel like gives you less clarity because you can't even appreciate the things that you have. And it's not you not having gratitude, it's not you not being appreciative. It's simply because the first thing you decided to do when you woke up in the morning is learn about other people's lives and what other people are doing. And I feel like you should give it to yourself to focus on you. I'm an advocate of going to the gym in the morning. That's just me. But even if you are like, I'm not going to the gym in the morning, I'm just going to have a slow morning, I'm just going to make some tea, I'm just going to, whatever the case may be. But for the first 60 minutes, I promise you, it gives you so much clarity in your day when you have no inputs, no scrolling on social media, no, like, honestly, sometimes I don't even listen to, I guess sometimes you can listen to music, but I don't know. Like, I'm really, for the first 60 minutes, no inputs at all. And it really helps my clarity because it's 60 minutes to me. It's 60 minutes. A lot of people talk about having gratitude and appreciation. I was always someone that struggled with that because I felt like, well, do I have to wake up in the morning and write down things that I'm grateful for and all this other stuff? And I just struggle with that, feeling like it really was working instead of me just doing what people were recommending. But I notice when I wake up in the morning, my gratitude is me wake up in the morning and literally feeling my feet touch my carpet. My gratitude is me actually paying attention to, the pimples on my skin and paying attention to a little bit of scuff on my shoe. That's gratitude. These are things that are in the moment that I'm paying attention to that you don't pay attention to when you wake up in the morning and you're on your phone and you scrolling on social media, you brushing your teeth and you getting ready in the morning and you on your laptop and you can't even pay attention to the little things of life. And I think that's my gratitude. It's not in a sense of me always thinking about it, like I'm so grateful for this and I'm so grateful for that. At times it is, but a lot of times too, for me personally, it's just being in the moment. And that provides so much clarity for me throughout the day. So I definitely recommend, at least for the first 60 minutes, no inputs. Don't do nothing that is going to be people putting anything besides your own thoughts in your mind. Your first 60 minutes need to be what you want to think about, what you want to do, you. You give to people all day, every single day. Give at least 60 minutes to yourself. Now, the final one is a brain dump journal. I believe I mentioned this on a previous video because I have been enjoying this, but I definitely want to mention it again because it has provided me so much mental clarity. A brain dump journal is when you literally just have a brain dump, or what are your thoughts. You're supposed to do this for about 30 minutes worth. It's about 3 pages worth of a journal. So that's about 30 minutes time worth of just journaling. But the intent behind it sometimes is a little bit different from your traditional journaling. It's a brain dump. So it's the first time that you wake up in the morning before you, especially don't go on social media. We already talked about that. But it's literally just you writing down your thoughts. There's no intent behind it. Sometimes I literally will write mid sentence, you think I should get a dog? So then I went to the store and like, it sounds crazy hearing it, but it's literally just a brain dump of all my thoughts because sometimes your thoughts sound crazy. Like, let's just be completely honest. When you have so many things going on in your mind, one minute you're thinking about this, one minute you're thinking about that. And I think with traditional journaling, there's just this way of it kind of being nice and aesthetic and cute. And sometimes people even give you journal ideas, which are fine. But brain dumps are so imperative because we have so much on our brains, especially if you're someone like me that holds a lot of things in and just often feels like you don't really have someone to vent to or you don't have somewhere to let these things out. Think of your mind as a balloon. And every single day with life, just because it's life, you're putting more air into the balloon, more and more and more air into the balloon. And the only time you let yourself let that thing out is when you excessively cry, or when you drink, or when you do some kind of other substance that allows you to disassociate and not think about your thoughts and sometimes even numb yourself. And it's like, sometimes we think we want to feel numb. Like, I don't want to feel this pain. I don't want to, but it's not even feeling numb is what we want. We want to feel released. We want to release it. And we just don't have an avenue to do that. We don't have a person to do that. I'm telling you, brain dump. For 30 minutes, you're writing, you're writing, you're not stopping, even to the point where sometimes I've written before, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, for sentence after sentence after sentence, and then something comes up. But that usually happens at the beginning because it's so funny, but you kind of feel scared. And this is definitely if you live with other people, if you will feel more comfortable having a locket on it or something like that. But this is supposed to be something you can cuss. You can say the craziest things, like let it all out. I know when I first started journaling, I would like not say cuss words. And I would make it in a way where if somebody else would read it, they wouldn't look at me crazy. That is not what a brain dump is for. A brain dump is for you sometimes even look back at it and be like, what the hell was going on? Okay. This provides you so much clarity because it allows you to let these thoughts out. It's great to go back and read it too because it can be very entertaining, but just, I don't think we understand the power of release. There's so many people that are holding so many things in, and you never allow yourself to properly let them out. And writing down just in the, you would be surprised how many thoughts that you have soon as you wake up. I mean, you have tens of thousands of thoughts throughout the day, but as soon as you wake up, there's so many things that are on your mind. And that's another reason why I said give your morning to yourself. So you're not thinking of the input of, oh, so and so said this and so posted this. It's literally just you. So that is the final one, a brain dump journal. I recommend everyone to get it. And I recommend everyone to do it every morning. If you can, do at least 10 minutes, but I would say ideally try to shoot for 30. That's about 3 pages worth, and it is amazing. It provides you with so much clarity, and it gets rid of so many of those mental tabs that are up, and some of them are just dumb. Like you over here like, oh, should I get a dog? You at work thinking, should I get a dog? Should I get a dog? And then when you do your journal or your brain dump and then you write down, I don't even like dogs, Sarah dog bit me, that's why I don't like dogs, and you're like, oh, huh, I guess I just saw that one cute dog and it made me think I want one, but whole time I don't even like dogs. I don't know. That was random, but that's how my brain don't be random. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, don't forget to go below and sign up for my newsletter. Don't forget to sign up for my podcast if you like the audio version that comes out every Tuesday. And yeah, anything else that I have going on. So thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you guys for the 100K. And don't forget to check out the newest video on Sunday. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Anything helps, even if it's the fire emoji, a unicorn emoji, anything, anything, anything. Thank y'all and have a great one.